here we are in Battle Creek, Michigan, and it's with my great pleasure to introduce Charlie Hacker, who is not only my friend, but he and I served together in Vietnam in 1968 and 1969. Charlie, it has been 50 years since I've laid eyes on you.
It's a long time.
So this is especially a treat for me. So thank you so much for allowing us to come in. And
that's a treat for me too. Since we got out, you're the first one I've seen.
That's great. So I'm just going to start with, what's your date of birth?
9/30/48.
Okay, so and we're all about in the same. I'm an 8. So and where were you born and raised?
I was born in Paterson, New Jersey. I was raised in Passaic, New Jersey.
And what did you grow up there?
Yeah, well, I grew up on the streets of Passaic in New Jersey.
Did you go to high school there?
Yeah, partly.
Okay.
And I dropped out.
Now, did you join or were you drafted?
I was drafted.
Okay. And were you working at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was working.
So, and the only reason I ask this is because every guy has an interesting story.
Yeah.
You got a letter in the mail, and it said greetings. What was your reaction when you saw that?
Well, I couldn't hardly believe it, you know. I couldn't hardly believe that you found me, but...
No, the Army.
Oh, when I first got drafted?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Here's the okay.
My chin dropped.
Greetings.
Because I was just about to get married, and I had to put that off 2 years because I wouldn't get...
Yeah.
You understand about that. Most guys do. The women don't, but the guys do. You know.
That's exactly the way it goes. Many of the guys, same story.
Yeah, had to put it off 2 years, but...
So you were shocked, and you were thinking, holy smokes. Did you think you were going to Vietnam at that point?
I kind of figured it because my older brother, Henry, he was there. He was just getting out of the service when I got drafted, but he served in Vietnam also.
Okay.
And it's kind of hard on the parents, one coming home, one going over.
Oh, yeah. So, and especially the moms.
Yeah.
I think my mom really suffered a lot more than my dad. So what were you doing? Were you working at that point, or?
Yeah, I had a steady job. I was working in a factory.
Okay. And then where did you go to basic?
Fort Dix, New Jersey.
Okay, so they close, not too far
Yeah, I used to go home on the weekends.
Okay. Tell me what you remember about basic training.
Oh, pretty much everything. I remember that my drill sergeant, Sergeant Battle, he's a big black guy. He was strong too, but I remember most of the guys, and a couple of guys dropped out. They had to do basic over again.
Oh, what was that called? They had a recycle.
Yeah, recycle. That was it. Yeah, you had to do it all because they couldn't do it. Couldn't pass it.
Yep. And so, basic at Dix. Tell me what you remember they taught you.
Well, at basic training, they just mainly teach you how to shoot, how to break down the M14 and put it back together again, and going out and bivouac. That was fun. I thought it was kind of neat because I was never in the country or nothing like that.
Yeah,
raised in the city, And we qualified with our rifles. And
of course, they taught us how to march.
Oh, yeah, march and drill, that was it. Up in the morning.
Tell me what you remember about PT.
PT, all the exercises.
Physical training.
Yeah, push-ups, sit-ups, all kinds of stuff.
The bars.
Right, you had to go on those bars.
Were you in pretty good shape when you went in?
Yeah, I was in pretty good shape. I gained 10 pounds between basic and AIT.
See, you were bulking up.
Yeah, I was getting bulked up because I was eating right, 3 meals a day and exercise.
Yep. And so you didn't have any trouble with the...
No. Matter of fact, when it comes to man carry, we got caught. So the other guys, they wanted to carry me.
Of course,
so
yes.
I went along with it. I said, okay, well, I got caught. They caught us. So Sergeant Battle said, this ain't going to work. So I had to carry the biggest guy in the outfit. I had to carry him down there and back.
Oh, my gosh.
I made it, but I was tuckered out. Boy.
Oh, man. So PT, and then we qualified. Of course, we passed that. Now, at the end of basic training is when they got us all in there and they told us what?
Our MOS.
Tell me about that day.
Well, pretty much everybody was MOS. Everybody was 11 Bravo, pretty much. A couple other guys got artillery or
Yep.
you know.
Same with my class.
Yeah, but most of the guys went to 11 Bravos, you know, infantry.
And you found out you were going to go where?
Fort Polk, Louisiana.
That's
Tigerland.
The real infantry
Yeah.
fort.
Oh, that place is nasty down there. Everything's poisonous. The snakes, everything. Getting your shoes. It was a bad time. I mean, it was pretty close to what was going on over there.
Mosquitoes,
Yeah, we had a lot of mosquitoes. We had repellent for that, you know, keep them
water
off you.
snakes.
Yeah, a lot of copperheads,
Ew.
a lot of rattlers, and even had that little coral snake down
Oh,
there.
that's the one that'll kill you, right?
Yeah, it's got to bite you in the fingers, but if it does, you're dead in 30 seconds.
Ooh, yeah, I remember those.
And they had a few vipers down there. But
And I forgot to ask you, did any of your buddies or kids you went to high school get drafted when you did?
yeah, one buddy got drafted. I think he went to Navy, but I don't know if he got killed or if he got kicked out of the Navy. I never heard from him again.
Okay, but and the reason I ask that is so many of the guys, and I can't believe it, their high school, like a lot of them went,
Yeah.
got drafted.
Right.
So they must have just picked
Well,
an age group right there and just took a whole bunch of them.
they say 1968 was the biggest draft in
It,
history.
it was.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's when most of the guys got it.
So
I mean,
now,
if you were breathing, you were going in the army.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it's to it.
so now you wind up at Fort Polk,
Yep.
and tell me your impression of that.
Boy, Fort Polk was nothing but work. Work, work, work. I mean, you know, you had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, then you do your PT, you know.
Oh, yes.
Then you have your breakfast, and get cleaned up, and then you go out, you start your day, you know. Teach you how to read compasses, and
Yep.
naturally the M16. Instead of
Navigation.
the M14, we had the M16. Yeah, they used to teach you how to navigate with the lensetic compass, yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the M16?
Oh, I tell you, when I first seen the bullet size, I said, "This ain't gonna kill nobody."
Yeah.
I mean, it's only a little bit bigger than a 22. But what I didn't know is when it hits the bone, it rides. Yeah, a lot of guys get hit in the leg and they come out the shoulder.
Yep, and we actually saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the weird part about it.
Did you say it rides?
It
rides the bone.
Follows the bone.
Follows the bone.
And I remember a guy, one of the gooks got shot in the ankle, and it blew his knee out.
yeah,
I mean, it just completely blew his knee
come up
out.
his leg and right out his knee.
Yep. So,
They used to call it. They had a name for it. They used to call it the Black Death.
uh-huh.
The M16,
Yep. And so.
and we were noted for it. Wolfhounds.
Oh yeah. So we are in AIT. Did Fort Polk put on what they called an Army power demonstration?
Yeah, fire. They used to call it firepower demonstration.
Firepower,
Yeah, with
thank-
the, with the
thank you.
Laws rocket mostly.
But where they did mortars and they had the old trucks out there.
Yep.
Remember the busted up
Yeah,
cars
yeah.
and what was your impression when they put that demonstration on?
Well, I don't know. It was interesting. I mean, but anything other than the Laws rocket, I mean, we wouldn't even handle it. So
No, of course.
you know,
But my impression was they were just trying to get us stoked up, like
hype us up. I think.
what's
You know,
that?
Get us hyped up. You know,
Hey,
It's blowing shit up.
You know that I think you're absolutely
Yeah,
correct.
that's what it was.
So, but I was impressed, and after that, I thought, wow, we've got some bad stuff, you know, that we can work with. And I thought that, and I didn't even know what we were going into. I had no idea. Did your instructors in AIT, were any of those guys Vietnam vets?
No,
Okay.
no. The company commander was, and we had a sergeant, a buck sergeant. He was out of school or something because he had 3 stripes, but that was it. He had nothing else. So I don't know if he went
was
to
he an
school.
instant NCO? Was he one of those shake and bakes?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was a buck sergeant, but he didn't know anything about what was going on.
Yeah. So
mean-
he wasn't a vet from.
No, he wasn't no vet.
So-
but the guys that would teach us stuff like the compass and
Yep,
the,
yep.
and the 50 caliber at
Yep.
night and all that, they were vets. They were there.
That's what exact same
Yeah.
thing with me.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget those Vietnam vet trainers were really serious. And what they
Yeah.
remember what they used to tell us, and they were so, please
They were adamant about
listen, please listen to me. Don't
Listen and do what you're told.
and because what I tell you might just save you. someday.
A lot of it did too.
And those guys were the ones that really made me know it was a serious.
Yeah, I wasn't scared of them, but they were interesting. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
no kidding.
because you know, where you go, each station, everybody had their own, you know, would tell you how to do it.
Oh, sure.
But the biggest thing was follow orders.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yep. Do what you're told.
Right.
And so when you graduated from AIT,
Mm-hmm.
did they give you the 3 weeks or
2 weeks.
Okay, what did you do for
Oh,
those?
I went home, and we went out quite often, me and my wife. Of course, we weren't married then, but
Uh-huh.
and that was about it. You know, I just spent time with the family.
It went by fast, didn't it?
Oh, real fast. Yeah.
And so then did you fly into
Yeah, we flew in on the Flying Tiger,
no, where did you leave the United States from?
Oakland, California.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So Oakland, all of us did.
Yeah, we all went
of us
out there. They had a
wound
big
up
factory over there. That's what mainly everybody group up and they'd fit you and everything. There you go on the plane, you go.
Yep, they'd read you'd check the roster, as I
Mhm.
recall, and if your name was on there, it told you where to go.
Right,
And then
right.
they lined you up like cattle.
Put you on the plane and take off.
Pretty much. Pretty
Yeah.
much. So
Took 18
Flying?
18 hours to get there, I think it was.
it was about 24.
Something like that. We had to
It
we stopped
depended.
in,
It depended if you went to Hawaii.
yeah, we did. We stopped in Guam and Hawaii.
Okay, some of us went to Hawaii and then Japan,
Mm-hmm.
and then Wake Island, and I mean, it was weird.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And what they were doing is they were hauling mail. They were hauling, this commercial
Yeah,
airline had
yeah.
a contract with the government, and then we'd be there and we'd see them loading mail up because they were just like a postman, I guess, for lack of a better term.
yeah,
And Flying Tiger, a lot of the guys flew Flying Tiger.
yeah, that was the main one going over there.
Yep. So you landed
And
in
then
Benoit.
Benoit, that's right.
They opened the door.
Yeah.
What was your first impression?
Damn, it's hot. The heat just hit you, you know. You're not used to it. It does
Yeah.
take time to get used to it.
Yep.
But they had that thing they call in-country training.
Yeah, that
Remember
was
that?
called finishing school.
Yeah. well,
That's what they. That was a
for,
joke.
That was for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but they said you're going to finishing school.
Right, yeah. Well,
And but when you put your first foot on Vietnam, what was the surroundings like, or was there any particular smell?
yeah,
or,
it had a funny odor to it. You know, actually the whole country did, really.
yeah.
And every now and then I'll get a whiff of it, you know. If you're outside burning leaves or something like that.
Yep.
That brings back a lot of memories. They say there ain't nothing stronger than the scent to bring back
Oh
memories.
no kidding.
That's the psychiatrist told me.
Yep. and then they took you to.
Cu Chi.
You have 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then we're airport bound.
Okay.
So 5, 4, let's, right where, I hate to cut that, but if I don't give you that, it's 4:17.
Yeah, we
have
got
to
it.
roll
We're
by
late. We're getting on the plane.
4:30
Oh,
at the
right
latest.
after this. Okay.
So you got 10, 11 minutes, 5, 4.
Okay, so you got to Long Bend, and then you got your orders you found out you were going to be a wolfhound in Charlie Company.
Right, right.
And they probably trucked you there on a deuce and a half.
Deuce and a half, right.
You get to the company area. What was the first thing that happened?
Let me see now. If I remember right, we had a cook, the company clerk. You know, he had to sign us in and all that stuff.
Exactly.
And then they gave us I don't know why they gave us a bunk. They gave us a bed there. Actually, it was for when we come in on rest area. You know,
Yep,
you know
yep.
how that was. Would we come in 2 days out every month, something like that?
If you were lucky.
Yeah. And that was your bunk, but
Okay. And then we got our weapons
right.
and all
yeah.
the gear. Where did you go in the beginning? Where was your first outside of Cu Chi? Where did you
The
go?
fire base, Crockett.
Yes. Okay, Crockett.
Remember that?
Do you remember it was built right next to a graveyard?
Yeah, yeah. We didn't find that out till later, though.
Yeah. And who did you first meet when you went in the platoon?
Sergeant Glover,
Okay.
and then it was Lieutenant Krevling,
Yep. And,
and I'm trying to think of the guy's name that was in the quartermaster there.
Jim Calvert.
Yeah, that's him, Calvary. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. That's right. He was kind of a nice guy.
Yep. And then the mess hall.
Yeah.
Do you remember who the cook was there?
No, not really.
I think was Ari Hill still. The mess sergeant didn't really associate with us
Right.
that much.
Yeah, good food though.
Good food,
It
yeah.
was really good food.
So and so now we're at Crockett, and now you're in the real deal.
Oh yeah.
So, and of course, as we know, we went through several months. It was the monsoon. Remember the rain and the flooding
Oh, yeah.
and
You
the.
couldn't even see in front of your own face.
Oh, it was awful. And
Matter of fact, one night we were out in ambush right outside Crockett there, and I could have swore I seen somebody running across the field up there. You know, well, it was with Sergeant Glover, but he was on our side.
oh, of course.
But I didn't know what that got me nervous.
Tell,
I said, oh shit, they're coming around us. You know.
tell us what it was like when it got real dark.
Well, it was dark. You know, no lights, nothing.
Do you remember you couldn't?
You couldn't see in front of your own face.
Yep.
That far right there, you couldn't see.
When we went out, remember how we had to hold on to the guy?
Right in front of you. Yep.
Otherwise,
Single
if,
file.
if somebody took one step the wrong way, nobody would ever know it.
No.
So, what is some maybe one of the most vivid memories of serving in the field in Vietnam when we were there?
Mostly don't walk on the berms.
Yeah.
You know, and don't walk on trails. I remember Captain Eichner was real strict about that.
Yep. When you were there, did you ever see one of the guys step on a booby trap?
Yeah.
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 We lost a lot of guys because of that. Not dead, but I mean, you know, they
Most
get
of
their
them
feet.
just got their legs blowed up or
Do you
they lost
remember
a
what
leg.
we called that when they just get their ankle busted? The $1 million wound.
That's what it was, yeah, right. Because you can't, if you can't march, you can't serve.
Okay. And then, as I recall, then you spent some time in the supply,
But in the rear, yeah.
in the rear. Okay, so what was supply like?
Well, it wasn't really supply. I was supposed to drive the Jeep for the major.
Oh.
But actually, I drove the Jeep for Lieutenant Krevling mostly.
Oh, okay.
I did that for a few months.
Yeah.
And, I got lucky. I lucked out there.
Yeah.
But,
And then, so were you there pretty much until the end of your tour?
yeah, I was there for a couple months back
Okay.
there in the rear.
And then, when your time was up
I was there when during Tet when they came in the wire.
and blew up all the.
Holy shit! And we had these guys that lived next door to us. They were Mexican or something. I don't know, but we heard them talking outside the bunker. Me and Hunt was with me.
Gary Hunt.
Yep, and Lee, the
Wayne-
ammo guy.
Wayne Lee.
Right. We were down the bunker and we hear this blah, 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 this chatter. I said, them crazy bastards are out moving around out there. I said, we're getting mortared here. It was gooks.
Oh, and people thought they were Mexicans?
We thought they were Mexicans.
Oh.
And so Gary said, get a grenade and throw it out there. So he did. He threw the grenade out there, and I guess he got one or two of them.
Yeah. But
But,
that's the night they blew up all the.
Oh, they got the
choppers.
helicopters. They even hit the hospital.
Yep. And that was a bad night.
Yeah, that was real bad. We were up all night.
And interestingly enough, the guys that were coming in to replace us out
Mm-hmm.
there, they were when you first came in, you went to the C Company area and you
Right.
stayed there, like you said, a few nights.
Right.
A lot of the new replacements were there that night. Welcome to Vietnam.
Oh, yeah, they got a real good welcome.
Welcome to Vietnam. And so when your time was up, you flew home.
Mm-hmm.
When you landed in Oakland, where did you go from there? Did you just go home?
Yeah, we landed. Well, actually, and when I come back from Vietnam, we landed in Washington, the state of Washington.
Okay.
And they gave us a big steak dinner.
Oh, wow. Oh, you landed in Washington.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where'd you land?
Oakland.
Oh,
Again,
you went back to California.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took us up in the state of Washington. I remember they had to making up our uniforms.
Oh, yeah.
Our dress uniforms.
Yep.
Putting all the doodads on them and stuff. And
then
in the
when you-
meantime, we were eating a big steak.
Oh, yeah. You went back to New Jersey.
Yep.
How long before you got married?
Well, I had to go to Fort.
Oh, you had 6 months left.
Fort Polk,
Fort Hood.
Fort Hood,
I had
yeah.
to go to Fort Hood
6 months.
for 6 months.
Yep. Okay.
So I went down there, but I served about 4 months of that, and then we decided to go ahead and get married. So we did.
When did you start making a family?
Pretty much right away. My first son, he's pretty old now, but yeah, we had my first son the first year we were married.
Okay. Tell us about the kids.
Well, Charlie, he was born with a couple of birth defects. He had 2 thumbs on one hand,
Oh, yeah.
and then Russell, he was born with all kinds of. He still has problems. He's got to go get his kidneys looked at. He's got
Okay.
masses on them, but they had a few problems at birth.
Good. So
But,
3 sons.
Yeah.
Charlie
Russell and John.
and John.
Mhm.
I'm assuming you named him after me.
Who did we name him after anyway?
Johnny.
Oh, my Uncle Johnny, that's what it was.
I'm
yeah.
just teasing.
Yeah, I know.
So, when you got home, of course, you had to go get a job. What did you do?
I had a job right away waiting for me when I got home. My mom worked at Singer and Kerfot, and they made guiding systems for the Persian
Oh
missile.
my gosh! Yeah.
But hey, it was good money. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
top
bet-
dollar.
you bet.
And we had good insurance.
And how long did you do that?
Oh, what, about 2 years, 3 years I worked there? And then her parents moved up here, and we come up here to see for vacation.
Oh, sure.
And of course, I got hooked on it, nice fresh air, country. I
Yep.
mean, I got tired of the city. And I didn't want to raise my kids down there, because
Yep.
I was raised on the streets down there, and it's no fun.
Yep.
I mean, you get gangs after you at the time, and a bunch of them beat you up, and had to chase you home from school every day.
Wow.
I didn't want that with my kids.
No kidding.
So,
I
we-
was going to ask you, was there any part of your time in Vietnam that was really difficult for you? Did you ever have any firefights or memories or
the most
any nights-
difficult, I think the most difficult time for me was when the 101st Airborne got
Oh.
overrun. You remember that?
I was there with you.
Yeah, we were right down the hole. I took my head up, and the green tracer come right over
you
your head.
didn't dare lift your head up.
No, there was I don't know how many gooks there were, but they
Well-
overran the 101st Airborne, killed every single one.
And then ran over our left flank.
Yeah, and it was to our left
when,
flank.
when they came
Did
out.
you ever think when you were there? Did you ever think, I'm not going to be going home. I'm going to.
Yeah, a couple of times I thought that, Sure. Like,
Not- not
Anybody that was out there thought.
I mean,
that,
your chances are, you take it day by day is all you do. That's all you can do. You can't think about tomorrow or last week.
Yeah, and the
If
worst
you
thing is
start that,
the
you could
worst
get
thing,
killed.
The worst thing is if you thought to yourself, "Well, I'm going to get it."
Then you will get it.
That's what I'm saying. So what is what does the flag mean to you?
Everything. I hang it out there, and it's out there constantly, day and night. I got a light on it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mainly for the guys we lost,
You've never got to see any of the guys. Is there anything if some of the other vets that you knew or served with, if they're going to watch this video, would you ever say anything to them, or would you ever want to, any greeting or anybody by name that you?
Oh yeah, I'd like to see all of them again, and
Yeah.
like you got the reunion out there,
Yep.
and
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
yeah,
But for the video, if there's anybody you want to talk to, you got a minute or two. Anybody you want to say hi to, or?
well,
or,
yeah, I'd say hi to all of them,
Yeah. Sure, I
That's
got
all
you.
you can do. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no one individual.
Sure.
We were a unit out there, and we're brothers, and that's it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I say hello to all of them.
Yeah.
I wish I could go see them all, but traveling that far, and I'm sick all the time.
Well, and you've got some medical.
Yeah, I had a
you know,
lot
like
over
your
the
arm
years.
and stuff like that.
And we just, our finances, just hard to fly out there.
Yeah.
Now we got a brand new car. Maybe we'll drive out. I don't know.
How far is it from here to Tulsa?
Oklahoma?
Yeah, it's probably 10 hours.
Yeah, it's about it's a little
Okay.
further than from here where my parents live. We
Yeah.
went down there a couple of times.
Yep.
So
And-
maybe we'll make the trip.
Yeah. One last thing I was going to ask you. What is your definition of a hero?
That's hard to say. Medals sure ain't it. That's just not it.
Right.
I think anybody that went over there is a hero. You're all heroes. Everybody.
And so that was my last question.
Yeah.
Did you ever serve with any heroes?
Sure, you didn't I?
Bless your heart. But no, that is really important.
Yeah, you took pretty good care of me. I remember that.
And
Yeah.
they just, unfortunately, guys didn't get recognized. I mean, we saw a lot of heroic acts.
Oh, yeah,
But I
sure.
mean, unfortunately, and especially Charlie's and my time over there, it seemed like they didn't give hardly any
No.
recognition and so forth. Later on, like after we left,
Mhm.
guys used to get a Bronze Star just for showing up,
Yeah,
Just for
I
being-
remember that. Yeah.
just for being there.
Yeah, for being just for coming in,
Yeah.
considering the country. But Bronze Star isn't for that kind of. That's a medal.
To end this, first of all, I want to ask you, what has your wife meant to you all these years?
Everything. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. I mean, I went through some pretty bad psychiatric times. I was in the hospital a couple of times for it. And if I didn't have her and the kids, I would never made it.
Wow, that's wonderful. Becky, you're a hero.
I think they ought to give the wives a medal.
Hey,
No.
you're a hero. So, Charlie, thank you again for allowing us to come and visit.
It's good seeing you,
And
John.
you know what? I'll come back again.
Why
You're
don't
welcome.
we have Becky come sit by him really quick and we'll get a picture of her so people can see
Yes.
Oh,
his beautiful
Peanut,
bride.
peanut paws.
Oh well,
Yeah.
you're so sweet.
Peanut paws.
I know Laura
Yeah,
Louise. I know Laura Ann will love
Oh,
seeing you.
yes.
There you go. There's a hero right there, guys. Well, thanks for letting us come today. What do you think about your husband's service? What would you have to say about it?
I never thought I would get him back. You know, I figured he'd be lost over there, but I think he served his country,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
did. A man, you know, he did a man's job. He served his country,
Mm-hmm.
and that means a lot to me.
Oh, we all did.
Now, you haven't asked me what his nickname was.
No, I never did.
Did he ever tell you?
It's gone now. I had it
What
covered.
was it?
No.
What was
We
it?
used to call him Mom and Dad.
He went on a leave or something and came back with this beautiful roses and it's and a ribbon that said Mom and Dad.
Mm-hmm.
And he was showing everybody, and what he didn't know is we were going to torment him about that for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I think it's gone now.
Why did you take it
Still
off?
there.
Well, I wanted to put
Was it still there?
the wife's name in there.
And I'll tell you,
it was in there, but it's full faded
it was
out now.
it was a beautiful tattoo.
At the time,
I
yeah.
mean,
the
they-
skin was young, you know.
Whoever did that was a good artist, really.